with that, kid.
And don't like you never did.
You better not cross his path.
He's a chain-smoking alcoholic sociopath.
No need to get off the couch.
We now return to our lunchtime matinee. Explorers of Adventure, another Canadian cinematic achievement shot in Montreal during the tax shelter 70s.
I say, Professor, could this be the legendary lost continent of Aphasia?
I dare not believe it, Tompkins. Hold me so I know it's real. Closer.
Professor, this heat's making you starkers.
Perhaps a song will keep our spirits up. Give me my ukulele.
Hey, here comes Percy, and he's carrying a big box of stuff. He should have gotten some help. He ain't gonna be able to open the front door carrying all that junk. See? I knew that was gonna happen. I don't know what that asshole's thinking sometimes.
Hey, look what I got. Neighbors fucked over the tax department, so the government's selling all their shit in the lawn. Got a winemaking kit, knife, machete, even some porno and lawn darts. All for $2. Geez, I should have hung out with that guy more.
Isn't all that stuff illegal?
Just the lawn darts. Hey, boy, wanna have a sword fight? Oops. Shit.
Kevin wondered what it would be like to be a real swashbuckling explorer of adventure, instead of a fat man with a drinking problem swinging a weapon in the poorly decorated living room of a subsidized house.
Aye, arr, Captain. I thought we'd go over your schedule for the week, sir. At 9 p.m., we're gonna get drunk again. Hooray! Tomorrow you'll sack the Dutch governor's residence on St. Kitts, free all the prisoners, and wed your pirate princess. Hooray! And then we'll have sex with our sexy Polynesian wife. Hooray!
Tell us again, Walter Bob, how we'll all get drunk.
Oh, yes, Captain. You'll be drinking from the finest liquor from around the world in sexy bottles with labels and everything. Hooray! Hooray!
The pirate scourge of Blackcap Spencer plagued the Spanish Main and many Dutch outposts in the interior. Spencer also explored uncharted regions of South Central America until he sobered up in 1639 and revealed he'd actually been in the grip of an alcoholic blackout for 12 years. He was immediately sent back to school.
It's time to present your oral assignments in front of the class. Kevin?
Kevin read his assignment and told everyone he wanted to be an explorer of adventure like Vasco da Gama or Carlos Castaneda.
Oh, really? And just what were you planning on exploring? There's nothing left, Spencer. Thanks to satellites, we can see every square inch of this planet. There's no more unexplored jungles, no undefiled tribes or unmapped continents.
Wait a minute, there's still outer space? It's a final frontier, for God's sake, you pitiful humans!
Should you turn off your science fiction channel long enough to find a clue, Bo, you may remember mankind hasn't even been to the moon in 20 years and doesn't plan to soon. Sorry, children, but when it comes to exploring, it's been done. And considering your lifestyle, Spencer, the only space you'll be going into is a parking space, driving the car of someone much richer and more worthwhile than you.
Kevin wanted to tell the old bag that he'd be paying her car a visit in the parking lot later, but he lost his train of thought before he could and wandered away thinking about rabbits.
Now, if there are no further dreams I can ridicule, let's get back to our creative writing.
Thank you. I've written some free verse based on Homer's Odyssey. It inspired me because James Joyce called Ulysses the only truly complete man in the vast pantheon of Western literature.
A homo!
I'm not a homo, you son of a bitch! Who said that?
Bo?
Whoever said that, take it right back now!
Kevin thought about what the teacher had said. Could it be the dream of a global village had a horrible side effect of castrating the future of any mystery? Was the teacher just a pessimist? He decided to flatten her tires, so at least he'd feel some sense of empowerment. He figured that'd make her reevaluate her worldview right quick.
This young man is about to suffer a terrible accident. Hello there, I'm Dr. Walter Penfield and I'm world famous, at least in neurological medicine, for my pioneering work in brain mapping. Perhaps you've heard of my Penfield Homunculus, used to illustrate sensory prioritization in the brain. Well, as you can see, this is how our brain sees our body, with a lot of attention to the eyes and variable attention on the private bitties. Thanks, Tom. They'll pay you on the way out. No problem. This young man is about to suffer a severe head trauma. A trauma that would kill an average person, except for the astounding specifics of neurological happenstance. Let's watch. Any second now. Horrible. A terrible head injury. You may want to ask youngsters and more sensitive viewers to leave the room because this will be ghastly. A gruesome brain trauma will happen any second now. Okay, here it comes.
Hey, boy, I just lost the lawn dart over the house. Holy fuck! I killed him. Okay. If I get drunk now, I just might get 7 years for diminished capacity. Fuck, I done it now. Old lady's gonna have my nuts.
Now you're saying, but that child must be dead. Am I correct? Wrong. Let's look at the precedent. In extremely rare occasions, a projectile may enter through the skull, severing the corpus callosum, ricocheting past the thalamus, hippocampus, and optic chiasms until finally leaving the skull, which, as we can see in the slow-motion replay, it does through the bottom of the jaw. This is a 1-in-a-million injury with few documented survivors. But those who do sometimes wish they hadn't. Sounded spooky there, didn't I?
Young man. Oh, Kevin. You have a visitor from the Volunteer Performers Association.
I am Asar, a robot. I can put my head back on. You can't, so play safe.
Jesus, there you are. You bled like a stuck pig, boy. Hey, nurse, hold my beer. Gotta apologize to the boy. Listen, I didn't mean to nail you in the head with that lawn dart. And I'm gonna make it up to you. Saved you half my slice. Anyways, don't tell your ma it was me, or a lawn dart will be the easy way out. Get it?
Kevin suddenly had a strange feeling. It was strange because it was a feeling. For the first time in his life, Kevin experienced an emotion. And naturally, it was a horrifying repulsion to his father.
Wow, seems like I ain't been at a hospital in weeks.
Well, if it isn't Mrs. Spencer. Yeast infection season comes oh so soon. Better order some more medication.
Hey, bitch! I'm here to see my son. So you know where you can stick your yeast infection medication? Kevin! Oh, Kevin, it's my boy! Oh, Kevin, Mommy's so glad to see you're alive!
What are you doing with my son? Come here, Bradley.
Your son? But he looks just like my Kevin.
You must have Bradley confused for someone else.
I guess. His eyes ain't as bloodshot as my boy, and it looks like he's been eating something besides macaroni and oranges.
Come along, Bradley. We still have time to make our flight to LA.
Holy frig! The hairs on my neck is standing up. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, baby Kevin, I'm so happy to see you.
Kevin started telling Mom and Dad how glad he was to see them.
We're glad to see you too, boy.
Shouldn't baby him so much.
Then Kevin climbed out of bed and hugged Mom.
Okay, that's a good boy. That's right. Mommy loves you.
What the? Hey, you little fairy, get your friggin' hands off me. Oh, goddamn, that tears it. I'm gonna sue you fuckers for breaking my kid's brain.
Sir, we barely saved your son's life. Considering your health card's a forgery from Nunavut, I think we're being pretty nice about the whole thing.
Well, then give me my lawn dart back at least.
Before Kevin could go home, he had to face several months of cognitive rehabilitation to prove he could still function properly in society. He'd never functioned in society before, but he figured if he didn't tell them that, they might teach him how to do it, since his sucky parents and the shitty school system weren't exactly busting their humps. Kevin couldn't remember why this strange duck looked familiar.
Sweet, baby, sweet.
In fact, there were a lot of things about himself he couldn't recall. That's when it occurred to him that nothing was occurring to him anymore, and that there seemed to be huge chunks of his memory missing.
Those would probably be the ones we washed off the lawn dart. Here, we put them in a jar for you.
Kevin's folks were pretty happy that the boy had survived, at least at first, so they figured to do some celebrating.
I'm telling you, this kid was a spitting image of Kevin, only he had a nice haircut, and I didn't see no bugs on him or nothing. You don't think it could be?
You said we was never supposed to talk about that in front of the boy. Just like that thing about how his you-know-what ain't normal size.
I don't know. I think he's old enough now to know about his identical twin brother.
Yeah, I guess he is old enough. Oh, fuck, I just drank his brain.
That's when Kevin's folks decided to broach the poignant topic of telling him about his long-lost sibling.
When you were born, there was two of you. But we couldn't afford you both, so we did the other one with some other people.
And we kept you, our brave little hero.
Yeah, instead of the smart one. I bet he wouldn't try and catch a lawn dart with his stupid head.
Hearing that he had a brother really consumed Kevin in a sudden feeling of hope. Maybe he wasn't utterly disconnected from reality. Maybe if he could find his twin, he could find a way of erasing the vacuous loneliness of being trapped in a world of his inferiors.
What the hell's up with the kid? Used to be you couldn't get a ride out of him. Now he cries like a big pussy at any old thing.
Suddenly, Kevin felt a consuming rage. For the first time, he really felt it, and he told the old man he'd cry too if he had parents trying to shove lawn darts through his head.
What? Boise?
He's lying. I'm going drinking. I forgot my coat, but I'm still really pissed off.
Oh, your daddy's sorry he hurt you, boy. That's why he sucks back to brewskis till he's only feeling sorry for himself.
As usual, Mom was taking Dad's side. Then he remembered he liked drinking too, and got ready to head out and bend an elbow.
It's just embarrassing is what it is. All right, he can come with me, but he's buying the first round. Hey, Kevin, it's your turn. What's your poison, boy? I mean, young man of legal age?
Thanks, stupid. By the way, we're promoting this new shit. It's called bipolar ice beer. It's supposed to do something to your brain.
Better hope, though. Ain't paying $4.50 a bottle so they cure my friggin' bunions.
Listen, boy, I know you don't remember me, your old friend Allen, the stupendous, transcendent, multidexterously resplendent goose, but I'm warning you, broken head, tracking down that old brother of yours is a dangerous, uncharted road fraught with emotional peril.
Kevin knew that getting private information from the hospital was going to be a monumental pain in the arse. So he decided on an elaborate plan for hiding in the building so that he could break into the records after dark and find out his brother's address.
Well, hello there, young man. What a wonderful pleasure to see you again so soon. I thought your mother was taking you back to Los Angeles. We were going to mail these x-rays to you, but I can just give them to you here.
Kevin packed up his most cherished possessions and prepared for the long journey to find his brother.
Where's my fucking rolling machine?
Attention. The 9 p.m. express to Winnipeg has disappeared mysteriously. Repeat, the bus has disappeared mysteriously. A new bus will be along as soon as we hose it out.
Let's see here, Los Angeles by bus. Our most direct route is via Quebec City, Bangor, Maine, Providence, Rhode Island, the lost city of gold, and then transfer in Sault Ste. Marie, direct to LA. It's our express route.
Kevin asked the guy in the seat next to him if he knew when the bus was leaving.
As soon as the bus driver decides he's finished in the bathroom.
Yeah, whatever.
Kevin was hypnotized by the haunting view of the moonlit forest at night. Transfixed by the dark cloak falling across the barren landscape, he could almost tune out the asshole in the seat next to him.
I said I'm a busker. Are you listening? I'm a busker, damn it. And I'm not ashamed. It's an art form, okay? I've been to Australia, man.
Kevin asked the extroverted jackass if he knew any sentences that didn't start with the letter I.
I don't know. Hey, relax, kid. Here, I'll cheer you up by eating fire. Oh my God! Oh, dude, my beard! I'm burning!
Kevin wanted to laugh at the asshole, forgetting what he deserved. But for some reason, witnessing the horrible agony simply made him disconnect, and he sensed that familiar feeling of nothing.
Listen, brokenhead, you keep trying to find your brother and you won't be happy. In case you haven't noticed, you have emotion. Now you can feel things, and that's pretty awful in a shitty world like ours. Famine, disease, war. Do you really want to feel all that?
Hey, kid, come down here. Where you heading, kid? You know, I see a lot of things driving this bus. Loners searching for meaning, people having sex in the back seats, and I can tell by looking at you that you got a mind for a wandering. Look, kid, maybe I'm just a hydrocephalic victim of giantism driving a bus and posing for medical textbooks. But I know one thing for sure. The Hindenburg was no accident.
Kevin was starting to wonder if searching for his brother really was such a good idea. After all, the company sure sucked. That's about the point the bus rolled off an embankment.
My God, everyone's okay but the driver. He didn't make it.
It's starting to snow!
What should we do?
Everyone inside the bus. We're gonna have to face some ugly facts, folks. Reality check. No matter what happens, no matter how awful things get, somehow we have to survive. I suggest we cannibalize the driver.
And so the living were forced to cannibalize the dead. Feasting upon human flesh to survive certainly gave Kevin a new perspective on existence. He had to emotionally disconnect himself if he didn't want to die a horrible death by hypothermia. Somehow, he found that insulating himself from reality felt more comfortable. Soon the driver had been completely cannibalized, which was pretty shitty considering that they were only a 5-minute walk out of town when the accident happened. But they were just too damn lazy to walk back for help.
Whoa, it's been like 3 hours. There's no avoiding the facts. We'll never be saved. One of us is going to have to go out there. Spencer, I volunteer you, dude.
Oh, that's quite a story. Cannibalism. But you know, sometimes when you're in a tough situation, you have to make some tough choices. I come from a country where things aren't as nice as here. One time, our elevators got stuck between floors. We never thought they'd get us out, so we were forced to drink our own urine to avoid dehydration. But sure enough, 20 minutes later, they found us. Boy, did we feel awkward.
When Kevin got back to town, he forgot about the other bus passengers. He also forgot about finding his brother. He'd always had a lousy memory on account of all the substance abuse, but since getting hit in the head with the lawn dart, it was way worse. As it turned out, Kevin never even came close to finding his brother Bradley, which was probably for the better, because their personalities were very similar, and they probably wouldn't have liked each other very much.
And it was discovered that they had to cannibalize the bus driver's remains to survive. And speaking of cannibalization, here's a 1976 gem shot in Toronto about cannibal zombies who start their own car wash.
Something's wrong with that kid.
His head don't like it never did.
You better not cross his path.
He's a teen-smoking alcoholic sociopath.
I said I'm a busker. Are you listening? I'm a busker, damn it.